straight go over to Manisha Malhotra, the head of sports excellence at JSW. Manisha, please talk us through the excitement that is there right now in Eugene after Neeraj Chopra has clinched the silver medal this morning.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure if you guys saw some images, but there was tons of Indians in the crowd, and pretty much every one of them had come for Neeraj, and so there was a lot of support. A lot of them had flown. I mean, I've of course flown from India, and so has a lot of people. But it was incredible. It was a tough start, and this was one of those competitions where he actually had to fight for it. And we are used to him being so calm and so composed, and things going kind of falling into place as per plan. And today was not one of those days. He was very, very hurried from his first throw, and he didn't see the clock, and then it was really late in the countdown, so he couldn't get that rhythm to start off. And then he was fighting from behind from there. It was a really good. I mean, his experience really came through in the third throw, which kind of got him into the final six, final eight. But Anderson was definitely the man to beat. He was in very good nick. He's been in very good form, and he started off and set the bar quite high. So it was a very interesting final. It was not as per what we usually see with Neeraj. So it's good to see another side from an administration point of view, or from someone who works closely with these athletes. It's good to see when a different perspective and how they can kind of fight through that.
Manisha, would you say that this is even more special because it is a come-from-behind win for Neeraj Chopra? Neeraj, in fact, has spoiled all of us because every time he goes into a competition, we expect nothing short of a gold medal from him. But as you mentioned, that tonight was very different story. We saw a very different side of him. And would you say that is what makes the win even more special?
No, I mean, I don't think that nothing makes something an Olympic gold medal. Like, it's very difficult to make something more special than that, for starters. But, it's a very heartening feeling. He should feel really good about himself that he was able to battle. I'm sure there were some nerves. I'm sure there was, a lot of different feelings and emotions that run through when you're in a World Championship final. So he was able to kind of work through them. He was able to work through his body. He was able to work through some disappointing feelings, and that's very, very heartening to see. And when an athlete can do that.
Manisha, when he qualified for the finals, his throw was 88.39, but in the final to clinch the silver, he threw less than that, 88.13. Could you point out to a reason or one reason why he wasn't being able to reach even his qualification mark?
Well, I think that if you watched it right from the beginning, I think there was a little bit, the rhythm just wasn't there. I mean, he wasn't throwing as fluidly. He didn't look as comfortable as he normally does. And it happens in some days, and you can't always just throw perfectly every time. So that's part of it. I'm waiting for Klaus to kind of dissect all the throws and see what he thought was wrong or what was good or bad, which we will kind of see and figure out. But you can't say that, you threw this much 2 days ago and then less than that today. It's always, every day is a new day, and it's always in the moment. So he is in that 88, 89 meter range all the time lately,
right,
which actually is very, very good in itself.
He's just 6 centimeters from hitting that 90-meter mark, which is something Neeraj has wanted to do since the Olympic Games. Manisha, how close do you think he is to it, and where do you think he'll be able to achieve it this year?
Well, he's sure to hit it. As Klaus told me, 90 is really just a number. And his throws have good quality. His throws are flying. So it's just a question of getting that. He's 6 centimeters away from it. It's if you really look at a measuring scale and see how much 6 centimeters is, it's really nothing. So he will get it. It's a question of when he will get it, but he will definitely get it.
Manisha, you have been following Neeraj for a very long time, and he's closely monitoring his progress. Tell us, from Olympics to now, what's the change you have seen in him as an athlete and as a person as well?
Well, as a person, I think there's very little change, and he's still the same, humble, fun-loving, relaxed kind of guy. As an athlete, I think that the expectations are a lot more, and it's very, very interesting to see, because now suddenly he is the man to beat, and that is very, very different thing to kind of go in, where you say, okay, now I'm one of the favorites to win, and that was not the case in Tokyo, but in this World Championship, people are chasing him, and to be able to come out and perform when you are a favorite, like kind of what Anderson did today, is a different. I wouldn't say it's harder or less or thing. It's just a different mindset that you bring in. So there is definitely a different mental approach to each of his throws, and we'll see over time of how he kind of progresses and kind of goes through his journey, so to speak, in the javelin.
Manisha, how special was it having not one but two Indians in that javelin final field? And in this World Championship, we had as many as 6 Indians in the finals.
Okay. Well, I mean, it was a great moment for Rohit. There's not even a doubt that this was something that, was very big. He didn't throw very well today, but he came out yesterday. He threw a good throw, day before yesterday, in the qualification, threw a decent 81, and it is a very big learning moment for him. I think he's still obviously a ways away from the whole, elite club, so to speak, of the javelin throwers. But it's these kind of little moments that keep athletes kind of motivated and also learning in their progression for their career. So this kind of experience is very, very important.